Okay, Isotoilet, let's go.
While we are waiting for the release of the 63rd episode of Skibidi Toilet, I have something interesting for you. In this video, we will analyze the whole Season 3, that is from 9 to 11 episodes. I will show you all the secrets and Easter eggs that Dafuk has left for us. Get your tea and snacks ready, you'll be surprised by what I've found. Let's go. Remember that in the last 8th episode, Skibidi and the agents just went to all-out war. But here we see that Skibidi Toilets are not aggressive. They don't attack the POV cameraman. Furthermore, when he flushes one of them, the other toilet starts running away. It seems to me more and more that there are many different Skibidi Toilets, and the ones we see in the new episodes are professional trained soldiers. But besides them, there are peaceful ones. There is a statue in front of them that shows the male 07 toilet from episode 1. By the way, if you don't understand who male 07 is, I suggest you watch the
Oh my god, do you think some Skibidi Toilets are friendly?
Who Created Skibidi Toilet video on my channel after watching this.
Nice.
There is a golden toilet on top of the statue. At first you might think it belongs to Skibidi from episode 1, but it doesn't. Notice that the cistern of this toilet is very narrow. We've only seen one of these on G-Man and the Flying Skibidi from episode 5. I think this toilet is honoring G-Man because he's more like the leader in the early episodes. As we understand it, the toilet from the first episode is worshipped here. By the way, I'm not sure if he's alive or not because we haven't seen him flush. Also note that there are people walking and cars driving in the background. It looks like a normal town.
Yeah, normal town and Skibidi Toilets.
Only now the Skibidi Toilets live here along with the people. I have an idea where the people might have disappeared to, except that they have turned into Skibidi Toilets. But I'll tell you about it later. Notice that the Skibidi have shirts on the inside.
Wow!
If they were designed that way, no one would have made them with a collar in the toilet. So this further confirms that they were human, but they were turned into toilets. POV cameraman painting over the poster with male 07 Skibidi. This once again shows us that war has broken out. Agents and toilets are fighting for influence, possibly for the opportunity to be the major race on this planet. In the distance, we see a similarly painted poster. I think this guy painted over it. And now he's running away from the Skibidi police. The police have gray toilets because they're more durable. In the new episodes, almost all the Skibidi have them, which further supports the theory that there are peaceful ones among them. Skibidi with regular white toilets were seen at the beginning of the war as citizen militia, but over time, they were replaced by real soldiers and
yeah, the power increase, the upgrade better.
And new mutants. The cameraman in the blue suit and red shirt is familiar to us. We saw him at the very beginning. He was also in episode 43 along with the scientist and the plungerman, and episode 61 we watch on his behalf. I think we'll see more of his identity revealed in time. It looks like he's not scared at all. He's having fun running away from the Skibidi crowd.
Yeah.
Looks like he's well prepared and knows he can handle them. He's surrounded by these white toilets. The agent raises his hands like he's surrendering. But we know he survived because in episode 10 we see him again. But I'll tell you about that later. When the POV cameraman is attacked by the cops, one of them doesn't sing the song Skibidi Dop Doppy, he just says Skibidi Skibidi Skibidi. I'd like to note that in the old videos the toilets always sang the song, but in the new ones they started just saying Skibidi Skibidi Skibidi.
Oh, maybe there is a difference.
One of my theories is that when they sing, that's their normal mode. But when the toilets attack and try hard, they just say Skibidi Skibidi. In episode 18, we get to see the same scene. The monument is overturned and broken. The police toilets are destroyed. Here's this big guy handling them one by one. One of the destroyed agents right here is probably the one we watched episode 9 on behalf of. Looks like there's a lot more Alliance in this place now. It's also where Titan first appeared, which means the Alliance has a big advantage. All right, now we're going to move on to episode 10.
A church.
We see a church, and instead of chairs, there are toilets everywhere. Notice that there are no heads sticking out of them, although then they appear. Maybe they were born here or something, I don't know.
Wow.
We've never seen a Skibidi hide his head in the toilet and then stick it out again. If you flush them inside, they're eliminated completely. I also thought to create a Skibidi you needed people, but all we see here are toilets. Maybe they can be created from toilets with this song, too. Or maybe it's just this priest's ability. By the way, the priest has the head of male 09.
What? Really?
Let me remind you that this is one of the main characters from the Multiverse of Beatbox video.
Why they are evil?
There's also a poster of the first Skibidi Toilet on the wall. When we first open the door, we can see a man in his underwear spinning around on the floor. I think that's who we saw in episode 4. He was sitting at the same table as G-Man. I think he was supposed to turn into Skibidi Toilet, so it could be any other person. Like I said, the agent with the black camera survived last episode and now goes to take down Skibidi again. And like I said, he's more experienced. While all the cameramen ran off to some unknown location, this guy climbed up on a cistern and flushed out the Skibidi priest. When the priest ate one of the agents, his eyes turned red, though they were normal before.
Wow, really? I didn't notice that.
Maybe it's rage or something. We've seen a few other Skibidi with red eyes. So far, I can't tell what it's related to. The Nimbus isn't real. It's attached to the priest's head with these things. Notice that the Skibidi Toilets didn't attack, although there were a lot of them. They're just scared and run away.
Yeah.
In the newer episodes, we don't see this at all. They are always fighting. Among them, in episode 10, there is a Skibidi woman. This further proves the theory about the large number of peaceful Skibidi.
Oh my god, do you think there is a peaceful Skibidi?
But then they must live in some kind of city or a big restroom, I don't know. We see that here all the cameramen have human skin on their necks and arms. In the new episodes, they have mechanical parts instead.
Oh my god.
I thought all the cameramen were robots. They just used to live among people and disguise themselves with a skin-like material. But now they don't need to disguise themselves and they look like they should. But my opinion changed after episode 62. We saw how from the broken cameraman not just sparks fly as usual, but something pours out.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't just Skibidi Toilets that used people for their army. Maybe the Alliance was also making cyborgs and half-robots out of people?
Oh my god, this is terrifying.
Then we can understand where all the people disappeared to. The two sides just made them into their soldiers and started fighting. Maybe those human agents were destroyed in the end. To continue the war, the Alliance started making new ones, but they were completely robotic. So we see how, after they've been sawn up, the scientists repair the agents. But there are some agents that are still half-human, which is what we saw in episode 62. So what about episode 11? We see the same cameraman in the blue suit again. Most of the regular agents still go without gloves. We can see their hands.
Wow.
Also notice this guy right here in the brown suit. We also saw him in the first episode. Remember Simp Cameraman from episode 54? That could easily be him. Notice that cargo plane. We saw one just like that in episode 13. It was shot down by little Skibidis. This technology was very good because it flies smoothly. It doesn't need a rotor or jetpack. Unfortunately, we haven't seen such inventions in the new episodes. Instead, the engineers fly regular helicopters.
Yeah.
Notice that this invention is made in the form of a camera. At the very beginning of the episode, we see the Dafuk's Easter egg, a flying skeleton.
Yeah, flying skeleton is so... This is old Easter
Also
egg.
here we see Skibidi's new invention, the triple toilet. And it's quite tricky because it's hard to flush. 3 heads can fight off opponents from all sides. I'll remind you that in these episodes, we haven't seen Titan yet. It's unlikely that regular cameramen could handle such a huge and protected Skibidi. His size has something to do with Skibidi the scientist. As we remember from other episodes, he enlarged himself many times over. But I think here he used that technology to create the G-Man toilet and this huge triple toilet. As
Maybe.
usual, there are little Half-Life characters running in front of the toilets. These are the exact guys we saw in episode 7. There's no sense to it, it's just another Easter egg. Also, all the middle toilets in the back have male 09 heads.
What?
Yes, now it's time to remind you to watch my Who Created Skibidi Toilet video, then you'll know who we're talking about. I hadn't noticed the connection of the Skibidi toilets to the 7th and 9th of the early episodes before. The shape of the triple toilet is very similar to G-Man's, only the bottom of the toilet is more curved. I think it's a more modern and sturdy toilet, so it's only used for special Skibidi inventions. The back...
Oh my god, crazy theory. I think there is a possibility that the people, cameras and Skibidi turns people.
Skibidi of the triple toilet has horns on his head, but it didn't give him any special powers. In episode 19, he was destroyed by the Titan cameraman. This giant was the Alliance's worthy answer against the huge Skibidi toilets. And that's all. You'll also be in...
Wow, cool video. Watch my other. here.